Hi there. Thanks again for joining me for Happiness Tips. Today we're going to talk about happiness and risk-taking. I know they don't sound like they kind of go together, but I think it's important for people to understand that sometimes you can be very happy and risk-taking isn't necessarily a really comfortable place to be. I don't think we learn a lot about risk-taking. I don't think there's a class that we take about risk-taking. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about how I got started with my art products. And the image that you saw at the first of the video basically talks about it was like jumping off a bridge and hoping my dreams had wings. I created that character for a greeting card because the first show I ever did, I wanted to thank people for coming into my booth. And what I put in the inside of the card, thank you for being there when I landed. Which really goes to talking about how risk-taking doesn't feel real happy. Risk-taking is unknown, uncertain, full of doubt. Your stomach goes in knots and you wonder why in the world you're doing it. Okay, that's really been my experience. So when I first started this art business, I was certain the first show I did in 2007, I went to Philadelphia for the Rosen Show, which had art gallery owners. And luckily, I was smart enough to know how insecure I was, and I brought my best friend Lucy, who was amazing. She sort of, hovered over me and would throw me out of the booth for a while and then tell me I'm doing okay and whatever. But I think one of the things I want to talk about today is that I think the ability to go after your dream isn't comfortable. And yet, I think that a lot of very happy people are risk takers and they go after it anyway. So I want to talk about how that feels really uncomfortable. Like when I went after my dream, I was certain people were going to know I wasn't a real artist, that how could I be competing against these amazing people around me? And all my doubts and all my concerns all bubbled up. But I did it anyway. I stuck it out. I said, it's okay. It's okay. If it doesn't work, it'll be okay. In fact, what I told my husband, because I was a full-time interior designer at the time, if no one buys me, okay, then it's just not a good product for this market. But as it turns out, I think I got 8 sales. And I look back about 8 years later, and 6 of those galleries were still purchasing from me. So that made me realize that it was worth the risk. It was worth the anxiety. It was worth the self-doubt. And I think that's what I want to talk about today is, how do you put together in your head and your heart that you're not going to know. You're not going to know if it's really going to work. But if it works, oh my goodness, how delicious is that? I mean, I look and say that it definitely is, the gratification is delayed. You don't always know. You don't know if it's going to work. You don't know how big it's going to be. You don't know how many people you're going to affect. And over the years, it's been amazing to me how much my work has touched people. And so then it was worth it. It was worth all the anxiety, worth the risk-taking, worth the self-doubt to be able to come full circle. I love that I say dreams are not easy to come by. They require that you believe in what you yet can see. So I tell you that although being in a place of risk-taking isn't comfortable, when you do it and it works, you are so happy. So my tip for you this week is for you to think about what dream you want to do. And it doesn't have to be a grandiose dream. Maybe you just, maybe you said to yourself, I want to go to Italy. I've never been to Italy. I want to go. And 3 years later, you have pulled the money together to go to Italy. So you say to yourself, let me pinch myself. I am here. I am here, and I made that happen. I manifested that. It may not have looked like a dream, but it was something you wanted to do. So whatever it is in your life that you want to do, I hope you're willing to walk through the uncomfortable, the uncertainty, the self-doubt to be able to do it. Because I know it is going to make you happier. So thank you again for being here to have a happiness tip. And if you are on Facebook, I hope you will comment. I hope you will like it. I hope that you will repost it to your friends. Thanks again, and I look forward to next week.